goes sour, the business that I invested into you in, and the relationship ends on an ugly turn, you riding around in your Benz with your new man from the money that I invested into, his dusty ass ain't have nothing to do with this business.
What if he got a
not
Benz
mature
too?
enough
You
yet.
said, welcome to another season of Krisp Konversations. I'm your host, Kris. These are my co-hosts.
Hey guys, it's Ashley.
It's Harvey, new on this season.
What's going on, y'all? It's Sean D. White, and it is for Don't Stop. We're back with another season, so let's get to it.
Y'all know how we do. We're going to talk about our experiences and how we view things differently. We're going to have a drink of the day and a word of the day, and we'll be taking them out of our new cups, Krisp Konversations.
Thank you.
They'll be available for purchase soon. As usual, we're going to keep it loose, raw, have fun, and most importantly, we're going to say that shit.
Say that shit.
The word of the day is together. So when we say together, we take a sip. Together. For the season premiere, our first topic is businesses and relationships. How do y'all feel about it? Do y'all think that that's something that's possible or is it a bad idea? Me personally, I feel like business and relationship can be a good thing as long as nobody gets the big head, as long as nobody's worried about you're making more money, I helped you start this, yada, yada, yada. I don't see it as always being a bad thing. I think that couples who do business together get to spend a lot of time together. They get to share passions and a lot of good things with each other. The bad part on it to me would be if the business isn't doing too well or if you have different ideas about the direction that the business should go in, and of course, what happens if you guys were to ever split. Other than that, I think it's good. I would like to be side by side with my partner every day if we definitely had the creative space to actually create a thriving business. What do y'all feel about it?
So you want to come out the gate swinging is what you want to do this season? Okay, yeah. Great. I can see it working, the business and relationship. I just know from the jump, you have to have a good, solid foundation with it. Like,
right.
You know, y'all need to make sure y'all rock solid before you start doing this business thing, but also y'all do need to have the ability to separate the two. You need to know, okay, this is still relationship and this is business. Because once you start misconstruing the two together,
so
that
like,
can go real to the left.
We shouldn't do business all the time. We still got to remember
that. Right, we still got to remember that we were a couple first before we started this business. But also, y'all need to be equally yoked for it. Like if this is your business, we need to determine first off, is this your business that I invest in, or is this our thing? If it's our thing or your thing, then I'm just helping you get off the ground.
Okay.
That plays a big factor because, you know, once the money does start rolling in, you know.
All right, let's just say, I like to throw a wrench in.
Okay, come on.
Let's just say it's their business.
Right, okay.
But it turns into like, well, before I ask that, I'm gonna get y'all's opinion too, but just keep in mind, if it's the other person's business and it turns into like this multi-million-dollar business, at that point, is this our business now, or is it still?
My personal experiences still, at the end of the day, that if it wasn't ours to start and this was your dream, I'm helping you facilitate your dream. So, I mean, yeah, we making some money, but I mean, I still look at it as this is what you want to do. I was just here to help you get it going, and I'm proud of you to watch you do what you're doing. Even if it turns as if we break up and all that shit, yeah, it's still yours at the end of the day. I can't necessarily get full claim to it, with you. But I know everybody not going to see it that way. But it's just, that depends on how you and your partner are.
Okay. What you think, Harvey?
Yeah, I agree that it's one of those things where it definitely depends on how solid you are before the business even comes to be a factor. With your scenario, I think of a friend of mine that went into a private practice in the medical field. The husband doesn't have that, certification.
Right.
She's doing the work. She's the qualified one. He helped get it started.
Okay.
So in that type of case, you can't necessarily work together, but there are some things that you do.
That was two together, by the way.
Two together. Lift those cups up twice.
But you definitely can understand where a person like that will come from in the sense of they're not sharing going forward as much as they did at the beginning of it.
Right.
So, it just depends on the type of business as well as the type of relationship that they have.
So do you think it's different, like, it's not a difference if you put money up front? Like, so if he put money up front to help her business, do you feel like he owns just as much of it as her?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
That's just not the way I feel.
So, how you feel about it? Definitely.
Right.
I didn't interrupt her.
No,
You
you're
got to
good,
the point.
you're good.
Okay. Well, no, I was going to say, I feel like it also depends on the other person's finances too.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people, if they're already working just a regular 9-to-5 job and they have the means of finances to make sure that that person has, their business and they can invest into it, they don't have to share anything.
Well, the first question is, do you think it's a good idea?
Hell no! No, it ain't no good idea. Because,
And why don't you think it's a good idea?
Because, man, businesses and things like that can be too fickle. And I've seen it in relationships and marriages before.
Mm.
So I feel like if you go into something with someone and you invested in them and they get all the way built up and then they may not necessarily even care for you like that no more, just based on the simple fact of what you built them up to be. And that can get really ugly if the relationship ends.
Why would they not care for you, the other person no more? Like, what?
Man.
We can't be mature about this situation here. No, that don't work.
No, I'm saying you can be mature, but you like you
So
just
you
said,
think, like-
you mentioned big head in the first sentence that you said. That can happen when you go from not having much to low key being self-made and making money and stuff like that. You don't look at your partner the same.
You know, I like to do hypothetical. So hypothetically,
Okay.
if you gave her starter money to start her business,
Yeah.
and it grows out to be like it's doing numbers, like
Yeah.
you think she's just gonna stop liking you because she doing numbers now, or you like still at your desk job?
It's possible. I'm telling you, I've seen it before with certain people's relationships and fall apart. You don't necessarily want to think of it like that, but man, when you start throwing money or fame into it,
foundation
Right.
that I was talking about
Right.
from the beginning.
Right.
If they have a good foundation, you can work
Because
out.
like you gonna help somebody start a business that you don't really know. if
Right.
they
I
like
don't
it
even
for
fool
life.
with you for real. I'm not investing shit.
Or it sounds like you would want to invest in a business, but you don't want it to be that successful.
Right.
not necessarily, but I'm saying foundations. Y'all acting like anything can't break. Earthquakes happen. Shit, talking about
Yeah,
foundations.
that is true.
But we're talking about growth and maturity.
Mhm.
Like, as the business grows, then like the relationship should grow and get tighter. Like, no, you know what I'm saying?
Together.
Right.
I see what
It's
you're
like a
saying.
plant. You like put a little seed in the
Together.
ground, keep watering it
Grow
and keep
together.
growing.
They ain't want to take this.
No.
Not listening. Yeah, I said together.
He said it's a perennial. Like it dies every season, it comes back.
You ain't got no plants around here, so I don't know what you talking about.
Shut
Like I said, it sounds good, man, but you talking about somebody investing more and stuff like that, and if things go sour, especially if they go to an ugly route, which I'm sure we're gonna get into.
Right.
I don't.
If you had a bad experience, Sean,
Right.
it sounds like you've had some type of bad experience in trying to
Man,
do
we
this
can get into
relationship
that,
and business.
but I'm just saying it'd be
But,
the best
like,
idea.
This is like your spouse, like this your wife.
Mhm.
Like, the rings they keep turning. Like you gotta keep going through
Right.
like a circle over and over. You gotta go through these trials and tribulations.
Sure.
So the marriage shouldn't dissolve. Like, no.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, he's like, I hear you, but
He's like, Sean is like,
damn all that.
I'm gonna give you
yeah,
this
I'm
money.
gonna get
Let me say
But
this.
if it don't work
because
out.
usually when it comes to relationships and businesses, when you're together,
Right.
they usually don't necessarily work out because sometimes when one person is doing, they got to put everything into it. It doesn't leave more for the other person. You see what I'm saying?
forget throwing kids in the picture then, huh?
Right. Well, I'm saying that part too, but I'm just saying if you see it from that angle, once you really get to it like that, and a person is investing in their business and it's thriving and doing really well, that doesn't leave a lot for a marriage, and that's usually why people split up.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't really
Yeah,
agree.
exactly. Agree.
So
Let's-
all y'all said yay. I was the only one who said nay
Yeah.
Yeah.
to start off. Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like if you're my spouse and I'm helping you get to your dreams, then I'm okay with that. Like, whether the marriage dissolves or not, as long as, in my big girl mind, right? My big girl
Your
mind.
big girl mind. Maturity plays a role.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You having a thriving business, whether or not we make it, still benefits me in some type of way. Especially, like, in my situation, I have kids. So, like, if my husband wants to have a business that flourishes, that's just stuff that's poured back into my kids. Like, if me and him don't work out, I don't feel like it has to be sour. You know, like, in my big girl mind, though.
Right.
And in my big girl mind, me and my ex-spouse, like, her business was to get into photography and all that. Even though we're not together, I'm proud of her regardless of everything that she did. Even though I, helped with getting it going, I'm proud of to see the progress that she done. Even if it ain't coming back to me, because that was your dream that you are fulfilling.
Like,
so
I mentally want to see you.
I want to see you
I
win.
want to see you
I
win.
want to see her win regardless whether we together or not.
Together.
Jesus.
What'd you feel about it, Harvey?
I definitely understand that. To me, I think when you look at a relationship that potentially develops into marriage, things of that nature, the idea of whoever you're with being the best version of themselves is paramount. So when you're courting and you're asking these types of questions, of what type of dreams you have, a lot of that is going to come up.
Right.
Even if they're working a career, have been in a very long time, they'll still mention, okay, yeah, I always wanted to X, Y, Z.
Right.
And so as you become more deeply invested and in love, you want to provide these dreams to come true. So to me, to want to snatch that from them, if something was to go south, it says a lot about that person.
Right.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
agree with that.
I feel like if you truly love a person, like, even if it doesn't work out, you still want to see them win. You're just not the person for me, but I do want to see you win.
Right.
So what happens when those types of relationships end? Like,
Man, fuck all that shit.
Yeah, I'm like,
All
we're all yay. He's like, nay. What do you have to say?
It says a lot about that person. Well, I guess it say a lot about me then.
yeah, you ain't shit.
Fine. But I'm saying
though,
if things go sour, the business that I invested into you in, and the relationship ends on an ugly turn, you riding around in your Benz with your new man from the money that I invested into, his dusty ass ain't have nothing to do with this business.
What if he got a Benz
mature
too?
enough.
You said what?
What if he got a Benz too?
He ain't got no Benz. Usually when women in a relationship or marriage, they don't necessarily go up to the next man is up. It don't always work like that. It don't. It really don't.
So we was
First
the
of all,
trash is what you're trying to say?
first
After
time-
we leave you?
The first time you get married for love.
Right. The second time.
It's for
The
the money.
second time.
Who been married the second time?
Well,
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're right. I'm like, well, I ain't got there yet, but I'm working on it.
I'm still on my first marriage.
Yeah,
I'm
I have
still-
most of my
I didn't mean
second
it like
marriage.
that.
Well, let me ask you
Right.
that then.
That
Harvey,
was-
how did that go with you?
So
With your marriage?
in my case, my first marriage, it wasn't based in a situation where there was a business involved. My current wife definitely has her own business, and my maturity level is totally different now as well.
Sure.
So, I mean, I understand the hypotheticals we've tossed around, and the idea of marrying up afterwards or whatever. I think for me, it wasn't necessarily, looking at it from a status, as much as it was just more personal acceptance, understanding, balance, all of those types of things. That's where my mind, my frame of thought was, and everything that she was able to do for me just compelled more, of a fuel for me to just want to pour into her.
Okay.
So that's where that came from.
Where was this guy last season? Yeah, where were you last
No.
season.
These
But
are
I
two
get what
totally
you're
Oh,
different
so we
answers.
were dating Nancy.
No, I definitely get what you're saying in terms of some women
Sure.
who, and the initial thing that you just said in terms of sometimes a lot of women, you know, they might look at it different their second go around in terms of security.
Right.
You know, they want to feel that, and financially is what helps that feeling for a lot of women.
Sure.
If they feel financially secure, you know, that's their protection. It's not always necessarily brawn. You know, it's stability.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, business is important. But like what you were saying in terms of if a business is doing very well and then things go sour, you have to look at it from a business standpoint. And so then you have to look at it as, okay, what type of business is this? Can it be duplicated? Can the business be sold? You know, what's the valuation? There's so many other things that you look at it from a business standpoint after you start looking at it as a financial move now, to where I got to come up because this marriage is dissolving. It's other ways you can look at it in terms of, you know, buyouts,
Right.
you know, partnerships,
How do you
and
feel
things
about
like that. It's
those?
not necessarily about just getting rid of her success. Now she got to be ruined.
Destitute.
We like her. Yeah, we like
She can get a
like
shit.
him. Yeah, we like him. I
She
don't
can
know.
live with her she shed.
She can live like she said. Talking about ain't no buy enough, big enough. You said a successful business. What? You ain't finna just give me
What if you
whatever
got
little
kids
amount.
involved?
They gonna be straight though.
Are they?
How are they gonna
How are
be
they gonna be
straight?
straight if you
If she
saying
live
fuck
in
their
the
mama and
shed.
their business?
They gonna be good. They may
How?
come with me. They may come with me.
How?
And she get whatever she get. I just said it. They may come with me instead.
That's
Chances
amazing.
are very slim.
Right, that they're gonna be with
Yeah,
you.
she
They're
giving
gonna
her
be with their
kids
mother.
up.
I want my kids.
So you gonna have
I'm
her
sure
and the
you do.
kids living in the she shed?
You said what?
You gonna have her and the kids?
No,
living
she can be in the she shed.
More than likely, the kids are going with her.
But the kids not gonna be in the she shed though.
Where they gonna be at if she in the she shed?
They gonna be in the house.
Why she can't be in the house then?
Nah,
Who gonna watch the kids in the house?
Well, hold, but like I said, what
He
I'm
said
waiting
they
on you
gonna
to
be
bring
mad.
up, it hasn't got to that. The relationship either ending sour, real sour, or just ending amicably.
We're talking.
Regardless.
We're
if
talking
it is,
regardless.
then you're right.
Whether it ends
See, I don't
sour.
like that because things go one or two ways. It's
How?
not the same.
That sounds like if I break up with her.
Yeah,
it's
if
fine.
I break up with
But
her,
she
it's
break
fine.
up
But if
with
she
me.
leave me, fuck you and everything else that you stand for. That sounds like what you're saying.
If she fall out of love with me, give me 100%. You can have a she shed.
No, that's
But
not
if I break
sour.
up with her,
No, we weren't talking about
Then
that
she
though.
had a
I
house.
wouldn't leave though. Not my thing is like
I'm leaving you
marriage.
with waiting to exhale. You can have the house and the car. I'll be
Right.
back for my things next week. Like,
But I wouldn't end the marriage. That's not what I'm talking about. It's not gonna go there. I probably wouldn't leave my wife if I get married. You know what I'm saying? We work it out.
I
What
don't know.
I'm
That's
talking
not what
about-
you're giving.
No, I'm only gonna get married one time. That's why I ain't married yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like infidelity and stuff like that is the only thing that I feel like is sour. If a woman told me straight up, like, no, you're not what I want to do no more, that's another thing.
That's
Why
gonna
is-
sour you too, because that's gonna bruise your ego.
No, it's
Yes.
not. No, it's not.
why is infidelity? This don't have shit to do with the topic. Why is infidelity the thing that will be sour for you? Like that's just your deal breaker. Infidelity.
That's breaking and entering. What you talking about? When you talk about
And
her
is this
marriage,
still a two-way street? Is this if she cheats on you or if you cheat
I'm
on
not
her?
cheating. I don't do that
You
if
don't
I'm
know.
married.
You're right.
That was not
That's
the
what it
question.
is.
What
The
you
question
mean?
was,
What?
is this if you cheat on her or she cheats on you?
She cheats on me. That's what I'm saying. It's going sour.
What happens if you were to cheat on her?
But I'm not gonna cheat though.
That's not the
That's
question.
right. That's not a
Would
guarantee.
you feel like she could leave if I cheat? Yeah, I gotta eat that as a man. Of course, I cheated.
Because it's with your ego.
What
And
you
what you
mean?
have going on. Your
Not this
ego.
episode.
Like, it's with your ego, guy.
Marriage is about staying together.
Sure.
Yeah. Even though we did.
But your business is
No. No. Nah.
and if she cheat
She gotta go.
and if you cheat.
And if you cheat, you can stay.
No. If I cheat and she catches me,
Oh Lord.
she can say it's
Oh
over with.
Lord.
What do they not
One of the
understand
things
about
you
this,
just mentioned,
Harvey?
I get what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
but it's interesting the thought and the question of what could possibly happen and how could it possibly be a situation to where a successful business that is a success because of her input and her specialty, that it just stays her business and maybe a partnership or maybe something. Like, why does the business have to dissolve?
Right.
Because the marriage does.
If you guys divorce, are you willing to still have the business and still work with him?
Yeah, I didn't necessarily say dissolve it, but I do feel like if you're just as talented in this business, you can be talented in another business. That's why I see it.
No,
Even if we did
this is
stop
my
it,
baby. Like when you have a
Right.
business that's
fuck your
successful,
baby.
you can't say that about your
Right,
We're not talking about that. We're talking about
it's
the
the same
business.
thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
If we
Yes,
both-
it can
yes,
kinda
it
be
can
considered.
kind of be, yeah.
If I started something from the ground up and we've been married for 15 years, this has been my livelihood for 15 years.
That is a baby that I grew and
For
formed
15
and
years.
nurtured until it became what it became. As you do a child, you grow it and
You
nurture
just want me
it.
to say,
and
don't graduate from high school. Drop out in the
It's
10th
over.
grade.
It's done, right?
Fine. Yes, you are.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Some people
So you gotta build another 15 years.
No,
you can't get
Harvey,
15
no,
years
stop.
back.
So, exactly. And then the relationship is ended with. Harvey made a great point. If you specialize in this and you do that, you can create another business. He didn't tell no lies when he said that.
Or I
You
could
have to
just
keep
give
that
you
same
your
business.
buyout and keep my business going. You
Right.
have your money
Because
and you
obviously
go.
No,
that's
ain't
all
no-
you
ain't
care
no
about.
buyout.
You think that I'm
Why
gonna-
not? If it's about the money, if it's so, it's more than just the money to you. It's about what it represents.
Absolutely.
He wants her
Ego will
to
be
suffer.
bruised. Yeah, right. Your ego will be bruised. You hold hurt, but this relationship falling apart, so you take it out technically on the business.
I'm not saying I want her to suffer. That's never what I was trying to convey. I don't know
That's
how y'all
definitely
got
what
there.
you
It's giving you the cane.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying.
What you saying? Maybe I didn't hear you. Let me listen. Hold on.
Right. Everybody basically understand what he's saying.
I'm saying if things go sour,
Which
that's
is
the only
Which
way.
Which
is her
is
cheating.
Absolutely. I don't necessarily want to see that business doing all that it does. And a buyout, listen, whatever the
got
buyout may
another
be.
question.
Okay.
what if she doesn't physically cheat, but she tells you, I may have feelings for someone else, but we've never been involved in any type of way romantically.
I don't know if I can verify that. I don't know.
Either way it go, his feelings are gonna be bruised, so therefore he's gonna be like,
I
fuck
would,
with
I
your
would
business.
let that. I would let that go. If she's an honest woman, which I think my wife would be, and she tells me she may have feelings for another man, I just got to take that on the chin. If she's I want an honest woman that would tell me exactly.
Mhm, and you
If
just
she ain't
don't.
say what, no, nothing intimate going on.
Oh, I
had
did,
feelings
man.
for another man. I just gotta accept that. That's completely different than just physically aspect. Like, yes, I slept with someone else. Like, okay, that's different.
Maurice came back into town.
Right.
He dropped his card and dropped $10,000 off at the charity. Now I'm thinking about high school again.
Man, listen, if it's just that, then cool. You gotta do what you gotta do. And I probably wouldn't be mad about that.
That's so funny
Yeah.
that you said that, considering all the other stuff that you just said.
Yeah, I agree.
No, it's not. I said sour infidelity, cheating. Physically cheating is the part I was making. The
But
point was-
technically, that's her emotionally cheating, which is almost
Which is
worse.
worse.
y'all say that, I see it differently.
Okay.
So
Just as
you
a
would
man.
rather me just physically?
No, first of all, don't cheat, period. Because that's
But
gonna be real bad.
That is gonna
For
be
you.
real bad. But however, you would rather
I
me
just think
physically
it's so
cheat.
funny that it's gonna be. He think it's gonna be real bad for her.
It's the, you know, we'll just, you know, each his own.
How do you feel about it, Harvey? Can I-
Well, infidelity is heavy.
We're
No,
talking
no,
about
talk about
infidelity dealing with business.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
all works.
But okay, so let's say
Take it.
from a business standpoint, let's say there is a thing where certain corporations that, you know, the LLC or whatever this company is, should not deal with another company. The spouse says, okay, but if we partner with them, we can get this contract on and on and on. And you say, no, let's keep it over here, whatever. She decides to go ahead and do that anyway. She makes a decision, a business decision, but it goes completely against what you discussed and agreed upon.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
Now you cheating on the business.
essentially.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what the point you were just making in terms of not really caring or not hitting as hard for the emotional, cheat, the psychological, the disrespect, the, you know, self-centered, and you know what I mean, type of mindset that you have to be in to go against your mate.
Right.
It's existing.
Yeah.
The seed is planted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, you got to work on that. You know, in that type of a scenario, the writing is on the wall.
Gotcha.
So in that type of scenario, what if the spouse who went against what the other spouse said made a deal that
It's lucrative.
lucrative as hell?
Definitely.
But you know what? I'm mad, but
I'm gonna get over that, baby. We gonna go. You know what? Take me on a trip, baby. I'll be fine. Yeah, take me on a trip and we'll get over it. End of the session.
Like, you know what? That wasn't a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was mad. I was tripping that day. I'm sorry. I apologize.
But let's just say, you know, that person, like we were talking about in the beginning, the person who invested the most in the business in the beginning, if y'all were to split, do you feel like you should give that person half? Should the business be split? What do you think the outcome should be? Me personally, I don't think that if, let's just say my husband invested my upfront money for my business, if he wanted half or if he wanted a piece of the business, if we were to split, I would be okay with giving it to him. I feel like that's probably it's more than likely his right. I'm not selfish. I would.
Exactly.
We can come up. Let's come up with a number.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably would want to keep my business, but I wouldn't mind giving him a percentage of it or anything like that because technically, I've been married for 5 years, going into 6. So if I've had this business for 6 years, then he's been there every step of the way, even if he wasn't at every event, every show, whatever. In some type of way, he lended his support. So I wouldn't mind. What do y'all think?
I totally agree with that. Yeah, I support that 100%. Really, because again, it's your dream at the end of the day. And,
Right.
Yeah, I'm never not gonna want to see you win, whether I'm not with you or not.
Right.
Like, if you
Like, I just don't want to.
I just
Go
just
under the
ain't in me to
bridge,
be like,
And your ex is right there under the bridge. You like, damn, I used to be.
Yeah.
right, yeah. Like I'm not.
All I
never
gotta do
gonna-
is give him 10%.
Yeah, I'm never not gonna wanna
Shut
support
up, but
you.
I did-
So yeah.
I'm, if it's raining, I'm gonna hit the puddle.
And make sure you splash on her ass.
What do you think?
Man, like I said, it all boils down to if it just ends on a good note.
So wait a minute. I would like for you to. So the initial question being, if you invested financially, the majority of the upfront money for a business, you didn't necessarily have the expertise. The dream was your spouse's, but the seed money was yours. Now, down the line, many years later, what entitles you or what prerogative do you have to feel that this business is yours when it's actually hers, even though you started, you know, with funding?
Shouldn't have made your little $10,000
Back
10,000
in
times.
tenfold, right?
Both of y'all give me $10,000 right now, then.
I
since
can.
it's little.
I can too. Yeah, I'm like, I can. Yeah, it's not a problem. I can give it to you. So, you know.
The money started the business.
I would have to
That's
be the
all
pettiest wife ever dealing with this nigga.
Ever,
Yes.
yes.
That's all
10,000.
it boils down to.
Well, it's right there
That's
on the big
$10,000.
check. Here you go. Yeah. You want to frame it?
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Okay.
Let him talk.
Okay.
It's 10,000 you didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if it's down the line. You started with rocks. You know what I'm saying? I gave you the dirt. I gave you the wood. I gave you the AC unit, any and everything that I needed to start that up. And I think people get that misconstrued when someone's business started doesn't work. Here you go. You know I'm using a metaphor.
Okay.
Anyways,
I was trying to put it together.
that's great that it did very well and you've taken it to new heights. But a lot of people be forgetting that without the startup money for a business,
So you one of those.
you have nothing.
Without
No,
me,
it-
you ain't got shit. If I ain't come with my money,
no,
you
I'm
wouldn't
not
have had
going
me.
there. I'm
Don't
not
give
Regardless
him
of it's
don't
your
give him a
dream.
hard time. Don't give him a hard time.
No, I'm saying
Oh
I'm
my
not
God, I
going
don't
there
think
unless
it's
the
right.
relationship goes sour. That's what I need y'all to
And
understand.
thank you, Harvey. I appreciate you pointing that out. Thank you so
What
much.
was that?
Yeah, because I already said you can give me a hard time, but I can't give you one. The same way y'all been coming for me, now I can't come for you and say what is real.
I don't know what he talking about. But
I bet you don't know what he's talking
no, I
about.
don't know what y'all talking about.
Anyways, continue with
I
what
only
you're
said that
saying.
because I had a follow-up question for his ass.
Okay,
That's
go
all.
ahead. Mm-hmm.
But
What
you
you
still
got?
making a point.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not getting to that other point that you're talking about unless things go left. That's my only point. You see what I'm saying? Because I think people forget that a lot of times. But without that startup money and investing into it like that, it wouldn't be that thriving business that we're referring to. So,
All right, so I just got a little question.
Yeah,
especially if we're not together no more.
Right.
Hit your question though, because let's see
All right,
what
so-
he's about to circle this up to.
We said 10,000 was the number that we used.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be the pettiest question.
Come on with it, let's do it.
All right, so now this 10,000 done turned into $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Can she just give you 10,000 back?
Hell yeah, that's all I'm giving. That's what you was concerned about. Take your little 10,000, buy my nigga, and we gone.
What would make you whole?
That 10,000 that he contributed to start my business.
Look at his face.
That 10,000 that he contributed, because that's all you
Are
contributed.
things
Now you.
ending sour?
Yeah. No
Did
matter how
I
it
cheat
is,
on you,
it's
Sean?
sour.
Whether it's sour or not.
No, you have to factor that in. That's my
That
point.
is not a
That
factor.
That was my whole initial point.
All right, if it ends sour.
10,000? No.
That's
no.
all you gave
That's all you
No.
gave me? Why would I give you more? If all
It's
you
more
gave
than
me.
you had. It's more than you definitely had.
And
it's
it's
more
gonna
than
be
you
more than
got.
what you got right now. Because
You don't know what I got.
Obviously I do. We've been
I got
together this whole time. Then I know.
got your 10,000.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You
No,
don't
nobody
necessarily
knows
know what I
when
had.
I say together though. See,
Oh,
this
matter of
what I'm
fact, hold on. Let me
saying.
ask you this.
This what I'm talking about. This how
Harvey, do you and your wife know about each other's accounts?
Yes,
Everything?
Absolutely.
Nothing separate.
We have separate, but with they're stated, like we know that we have separate accounts. It's not a secret separate
You
account.
know exactly what's in that account. They can pull that account up.
Not all of them, but
Okay.
most of them. Like we have shared accounts and we have separate accounts.
Okay.
So her separate account
And
could
that
be
shit
loaded.
hard.
I wouldn't know.
$10 million in there.
It
Don't
could
even
be.
know it.
It's not my business.
So that's how I'm saying you don't know. Thank you.
Okay,
But the
great.
question
The question
was-
was, are you gonna be fine with that little 10,000 that I'm gonna get back to you that you invested into my business?
If it's sour, then hell no, I'm not.
But
But if
that
it's
don't,
in the right
my
way-
other money don't got nothing to do with you. I'm gonna give you
So
back
we
your
in
10,000. that
Your
you-
other money?
Yeah, because you only
Yeah.
invested 10,000. Your concern is what you invested into my business. So I'm gonna give you what you invested to shut you up because that's your problem, and then whatever else is mine.
Shut me up? No, we're gonna be in court for a minute. We're gonna be
Well,
in
let's
court for a
be in
minute.
court
That's
then.
fine.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
pay
You
lawyer
can,
fees.
yeah, that's fine.
You will pay them.
Yeah, go ahead. That's totally cool. But I'm gonna give you your 10,000 because that's what you're concerned about because that's
I'm
what you
not
invested.
done with him. I'm not done with him. I'm not done. So,
I
in
like
sou-
this topic.
So in sour,
Mhm.
you want more than 10,000. How much do you think that you should be awarded?
We gotta go to what Harvey said, the whole evaluation of the business and see how it's going.
Oh, now you want to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
and negotiate
All right.
shit when it's
So,
okay.
But if you cheat, you'll
Then
get
what?
5,000.
No, listen, I don't know. No. If I cheat and mess things up in a relationship marriage, I'm not expecting anything because I mess things up.
Okay.
That's what I think y'all keep missing. I'm
So
saying
you
from
only
the
care if it's
opposite
her
side.
fault.
So
Is
she
what you're
owes
saying.
you.
She owes you if it's her fault, but if it's your
It's
fault, then
emotional.
we're
Cheating, you
even.
gonna pay up? Hell yeah, that's emotional damage. I'm finna lose you and what I had going on with the
Oh,
business. That's not. I don't feel like that's anything wrong with that. I really don't.
What do you have going on with the business? This is her business.
Her
You just-
business, her dream that
You
you
just
just
gave $10,000
was there to
for
give the
startup.
support to.
And when she needs you to put something in the car, you put it in the car.
When you decided to arch your back for another man, everything from that marriage and that business
I love it, Sean.
went into
And all
left
the
field.
shit that you
She
stand
made
for.
her
What we
great
talking
the
about
best
this
missionary of her life.
and she gonna pay for that goddamn best missionary. How is y'all not seeing that part?
We don't.
We're like,
Yeah.
We just don't.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I understand where he's coming from.
I get where
do.
you coming
I
from.
get where he's
And,
coming from too. It's bullshit, but I understand what he's saying.
But there again, the courts
Considering
see
he's
that
the
all the
president.
time.
Mhm.
And what happens is in most of those cases,
Mhm.
it's going to come down to everything being tedious because once you head down that path, that's what they're gonna do. They'll be like, okay, this is the game you want to play. All right, so they're gonna log everything,
Right.
phone calls,
Let's
Yeah.
play.
miles, everything. And so then you're gonna be looking at a situation where more than likely you will not get what you think you're gonna get.
Right.
You're actually gonna dish out more money,
Mhm.
probably within the lawyer fees and all the other bull stuff
'Cause
that's
the
gonna
lawyers
come
be
with
about-
it
Yeah.
in order to
$300
get your
an hour.
little $10,000 back.
If the business is probably doing really well and makes more money than I already did, the court's gonna factor that in too. It's not just about we looking at calls, we looking at this and stuff like that.
So
The
you
courts
definitely
won't.
is
Not
coming to
necessarily.
put
The
a
courts.
comment.
Really, the courts won't look at that because they'll look at things like, okay, after year one, who did the filing with the Secretary of State? You know, if she's taking care of the business, if she's running the entire business, you're not really running the business. You will literally be looked at only as an investor or something like that from that type of standpoint.
A gift.
Yes.
So it like
That's
again,
exactly
it
what
won't
it
be
is.
what you think it's going to be because you're emotionally the courts are blind to that. You know the statue of Lady Liberty with the thing over her eyes. That's what it is. She don't see you. She don't. She looking
Don't
at
forget
it.
Don't forget them kids
Fuck
y'all
what y'all
had.
talking about.
that y'all had together.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I just want y'all to know that we were not equally yoked with saying this together and taking these shots
No,
because,
I missed a couple.
yeah,
More than y'all.
yeah, we definitely didn't.
Well,
Just saying.
I think it's time for us to talk about our current events. I'm gonna let Ashley handle this segment.
I mean, it just goes with what we were talking about. If we want to tag in, okay, so I have been looking at, Portia and Simon from Real Housewives of Atlanta currently right now because this is business and relationship. Yeah, Simon is like, listen, I bought you this car in this house. Yeah, you ain't filming in none of that shit. This is the business aspect. Like,
But what? That's not even a business. That was a
it,
gift.
it was a gift, but in this here, now that she is filming for her business aspect of it, yeah, he like, no, you can't do any of that.
So he won't let her go to work.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, he has put it where he's filing cases against it. Yeah, he want the car back that he bought her. Something about where they house, she can't film in the house, the mutual house that they have that they had got together once they got married. She can't film
She
there.
don't own like 50% of it.
Apparently not, from what things are looking like. Yeah, this is Simon's shit, and he said, "Bitch, we not
She
not
can't
together
film
no more. So you and your business suck."
Who did the cooking? The kitchen should be hers at least.
And the closet, because she does a lot of shit. Her fashion and shit, that's in the closet.
Y'all think
Yeah,
that's
you
petty?
missed that together word that I said.
Or that's some shit you would
I'm
do,
drink
Sean?
done.
Yeah, you drunk. She didn't.
I don't necessarily know how they ended. Is they just amicably splitting or how did that go?
To be
I'm
honest,
still confused.
I'm still very much confused as to why they split it. I really think it had something to do with Simon and him not being a
Citizen.
citizen. Like, I feel like that's where it went.
How did they even get married?
So they were living at this
How
house
did he get
in
so many
Atlanta?
American wives and he's still not a citizen?
Because he done had like 4 or 5.
Right.
They got married here in the States?
They got married.
They got-
and
yeah,
they
they
had
had
2
Would that
weddings.
make him a citizen though?
I thought it would too. He got children.
He got children.
He got children.
American.
The American children. Like, he's done had like 4 wives and everything. He definitely should be a citizen.
But they didn't
How
they
he
didn't
is
buy
not,
that
I don't
house.
know.
They didn't buy that house together.
I think they did. Well, you need to drink some. We can't. Drink
I can't
beer
remember
around
if
here.
they got the house before or after they were married.
I think they got it after they were married.
But he
Because
probably
I
paid.
remember
But
them
he-
looking on the show.
He definitely bought the car while they were dating, but the house came, I think, after they got married.
She don't have another car? She just wanted to film in that Bentley? Oh, in
I-
the Bentley?
It ain't a Bentley.
It's a Bentley.
See, I don't know how
It's
much
some
Portia
fancy
was
car,
getting
dude.
paid before that. I think you got to factor that in as well.
Portia got her own money at the end of the day.
I'm not.
It's like,
What type of money though?
Underground Railroad.
yeah,
money.
right.
What? That's before my time. What you talking about?
Never mind.
I don't know.
But she definitely has her own money stemming from. She has a lot of little business.
I just know
her
Go
own
Naked
little-
hair. and
She got
stuff.
Go Naked. She has like a bedroom line, like with sheets and like her. She got bedroom stuff going on. She does a lot of. She does like the Amazon closet. Like they do. She do a lot of
I mean,
filming with them.
apparently
She has
Simon
a-
got money, but you never see him working.
Yeah, we don't never see him working, but Portia had her own shit. It probably enhanced because of Simon, but Simon like, bitch, fuck you. We not together no more.
So,
I'm siding with
together.
Simon.
I said
Just the
together
way it
again, guys.
sounds, I'm siding with
I said
Simon.
together
You are
again.
Simon.
I'm
You
siding.
are Simon. Yeah.
You are Simon.
I don't know what Portia did. Portia's very attractive. Portia can probably have other people. I don't know what she did. I don't know their ages.
Are you trying to just say she cheated?
Hey, listen.
I don't think it was her. She was all in love, posted
Baby.
everything was
When
great.
you look-
I
yeah,
love
when
my
the money's there,
husband.
when the money's
And
there,
then
it's
2
always
days
great.
later, the shit was out of here when they
Ain't
brought
nothing
out
about
the fact
Simon
that
attractive. Okay?
when they brought out the fact that he was not a citizen no more. That's when she filed. When all the shit popped off with the divorce. So
Yeah,
it just seemed like everything happened because he ain't a U.S. citizen.
that don't make sense.
They
Because
don't, but we
how
wasn't
would she
there
not know
holding
that?
the light to figure out what was going
Harvey,
on.
that's something you would do. You'd be like, nah, give me them keys.
Nah.
You got to film on the street by the mailbox.
Yeah, just
I don't
stand
think
back.
I would do
Right.
that.
Use
That's-
your other
know,
car. You
again,
supposed to
to
be in the
this
garage.
point, I don't think, I don't know enough to know what made him turn just that fast. I mean, you love somebody enough
They was
on
so in
one
love.
moment to give them a Bentley, and then, to be that
I don't
upset
think
to
Simon
where...
loves anybody. He gives
But I mean-
everybody the same thing.
Oh,
He
man.
has
Definitely.
multiple wives.
And to be honest, I feel like it was something with the ring that Portia has. I feel like that was the same ring Fallon had right before. It was something.
He got it. He get them all
it
a
was-
Bentley
They
and
all
a
get
house
the
in
same
Buckhead.
ring and the car and the
It could just be Portia's karma, to be honest.
Well,
What's that
from
from?
what?
For who?
From what she do?
Did she take something
Why
from
Simon
somebody
can't have
else?
karma?
I didn't say he couldn't.
No, she
I'm just
actually
saying.
like left Cordell with nothing.
Or are you trying to say because she kind
Oh,
of?
she left him with nothing.
Well, I don't know who divorced, but she agreed to get nothing out of the marriage.
Yeah, she built herself back up at the
Like, they
court.
were tied up in court, and
Mm.
she was just like, I just want to divorce him.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
tell
just
me.
can't do
See.
nothing with you. Now the only thing she could be receiving karma from is
She showed.
technically how she got Simon because Fallon was on the show. You went to this lady's house, dapped up Simon at the
Oh,
lady's
took the
house
man? Oh,
In
yeah.
the pool.
in the pool, and
What you
then
mean the car?
after
Did you know
that,
Yeah.
yeah, it was on the show, and
But
then
you gonna
after
say you didn't know
that
what
you
she
end
deserved
up with
karma
the
for?
dude.
Care about it.
She took that lady husband?
We don't know that she took
Supposedly
him
they
with
were
their
already
daddy afterwards.
right. Supposedly they were already broken up. We don't know whose side is right. According to Fallon, Portia
Fallon
came
had a whole nother baby.
and had a whole nother
Fallon
man.
had a whole nother baby and a whole nother man before the divorce was.
Harp, if we
Done.
kicking it and I meet your wife, I come over to your house. This ain't happening, of course. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But y'all in and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden you see us rolling up.
That
What
just
you gonna be
means-
thinking?
That just means when you first saw Harvey White, you was like, damn.
She fine as
Exactly.
fuck.
You gonna be like, oh, well, I wish her the best. You know what I'm saying? Good for her.
You said y'all divorced?
What?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
No.
Right, how did that happen?
Oh,
But like on the flip side though, you got Todd and Candy who have multiple businesses together.
They are awesome together.
How y'all feel about them?
They're great. I love it.
I do too.
Yeah,
I
I
think
love
they
how they
understand
make money.
their roles.
I remember it was a point on the
What
show.
they
I don't know if they
do
watch
together.
the show.
I haven't really watched like that, but.
That Candy was so busy, Todd was like, what do you expect for me to do? I don't want to say he was struggling with his identity as a husband, but he was just like,
I
you're
definitely
never
think he
home.
was struggling because he was somebody until they got together and then she started taking off.
Who?
Tired, because you know he was originally working on the. He was a
Who was
part.
somebody? Him or her?
She always been somebody.
Oh,
but
I
Ty,
was gonna say.
yeah, I'm like
What
she's
was that?
always been somebody. But Ty was.
some kind of business.
He was the
He was the
did,
producer,
production work.
right?
worked
He was
on
production
for the
of
show.
Real Housewives of Atlanta,
Yeah.
and then that's how they met,
I
and
think
it
he-
progressed from there. But of course, he amped up as a man and what he had going when he got with Candy.
I definitely think, well, from what I've seen on the show, Todd has capitalized off of the family.
That's good.
He's opened businesses to benefit the whole family. But if Candy family wasn't frontier of the whole operation, then I don't think they would be as successful as
Is
they
that what
are.
they are?
Like
And I do
if
agree with.
you don't have Real Housewives promoting OLG, Bedroom Candy, which
Yeah.
Bedroom Candy is Candy's by herself.
Yeah.
But Blaze,
Yeah.
everything that they have going on, even her kids, Ace, the son, he acts. Like, I don't think that without the Real Housewives franchise, that their businesses would be what they are because people came from out of town just to visit this restaurant.
So you're saying he played a part and her business is thriving?
No,
No,
I'm
she
saying
played a
she
part
played a part
in
in
his
his
business is thriving.
He wanted to start the restaurants.
Oh.
She just said, okay.
I wonder what her biggest money getter is, though. Think it's the restaurants?
No.
As a couple?
I don't know. I was just saying. Well, I was just saying what because I didn't
I
necessarily
feel
know
like
that.
she, besides
I think bedroom
Housewives,
candy
I think
is actually-
bedroom candy is hers.
That's
hers.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
hers.
That's before
altogether,
time.
Yeah.
But she said in interviews and stuff, if me and Ty were to ever split, then she was okay with splitting everything. Darn it. She was okay with splitting everything from the restaurants, the businesses that they have together.
But don't you
With
come for
him.
none of the
50-50.
shit that,
Right.
But anything that they both had before,
that's my
That's
thing.
mine.
Yeah, don't touch it.
I agree.
Which
with
is,
Yeah.
I agree with
that.
that.
Absolutely.
I ain't got nothing against that.
and I believe that she's giving him a nice amount in if they were to separate in spousal support.
Because did they do a prenup? I know they had an episode about it
Yeah,
where
Kenny was like, it's not about to be a wedding.
yeah,
If we don't
if
sign
you
this
don't sign
paperwork.
this yeah, they
And he
definitely
was
have a
like,
prenup.
I don't like this number.
Yeah.
I need a little bit more.
Mm.
Which had people feeling funny about Ty because the mom was like, it's a scheme.
I don't think it's a scheme.
That's Miss Birthday.
I mean, Ty, you should be grateful for whatever the fuck I gave you because you ain't had the shit when you first came to this marriage, to be honest.
I didn't say that, Ty.
I'm just saying, I came in with my own, my guy. You had your own, but I came in with mine. Just because I had a little more than you, that doesn't mean.
But I definitely respect how far they've gotten on their business together. OG's been open for like some years now. So.
We're gonna need some more drinks because we just keep saying together and nobody's drinking. But you know,
It's
y'all
ice.
want to hit the boy down that thing without no damn ice. You'll be alright. I'm loving to finish mine out because we said together like 1,000 times and nobody drunk.
That's fine. I really don't have any more points. Thanks.
I got a final question, I guess, if you'll allow it.
All right, let's
Oh
go.
yes, of course.
So, being in business, spouses in business, what do you think the expectations or what's fair and applicable in terms of gender roles of like what a woman is still going to do around the house for the household and vice versa? A man, is he still cutting grass? Is he still making sure this is done, that done? But when you become successful in business, do we now outsource everything and we just focus on business?
That's what I was gonna say. So my answer to it would be, depending on where the business is, baby, I'm outsourcing. You ain't gotta cut no grass. I ain't gotta mop and sweep no floors. Like, we could definitely have somebody come in and assist us with that, whether or not we need a nanny, a yard man, whatever. But if we just have a business that is keeping us afloat, like we're comfortable, so to say, I don't mind. I feel like at home, okay, we're always probably gonna have somebody's a better cook. You know, somebody may be better at this, better at that. But as far as like, if you have kids, I'm coming from a kid's perspective. Household chores, they have to be divided.
Okay.
Like, nobody should feel overwhelmed. Like, you shouldn't feel.
That don't matter whether you got kids or not, because we are equally yoked in this thing.
Like,
You better fucking pick up some laundry and do that shit.
you should feel comfortable with putting a load of laundry and washing it. Like, same as if I'm
how
busy.
you do this? No, you need to know what you're doing.
Right. I just don't feel like, you know, I gotta mop and sweep and do laundry and clean every. It's 4 toilets in my house. Like, I don't want to be the person that cleans all 4 of them. Right, like, I feel like we should. We had to delegate some chores around here between the two of us to get it done.
Got it.
How do you feel?
Oh, here we go. We might need some more drinks for this.
Give me the bottle.
Are you both working the same too?
Yes.
Or- okay. Well, yeah, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that. As long
Now,
as you are both working.
definitely different if somebody's a stay-at-home dad or a stay-at-home mom. That's different.
Okay.
But if we both are working our 40 hours a week, let's just say 40,
Mm-hmm.
and we both, you know, usually even with my 40, moms take care of kids in the afternoon. Like,
Sure.
that's usually mom.
Mhm.
So I feel like those household chores should definitely be split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I agree.
Okay. What? Good job for your final question to get him on board with the rest of us.
With that being said, thanks for tuning in for our premiere episode. I'm your host, Kris. You can follow me on Instagram at Blowing My Horn. It will be under here, right there.
At the bottom, I'm Ashley. You guys can find me at Hampton too.
Y'all can follow me at gracious_gift3.
I'm Harvey. It was good joining the team.
Welcome, Harvey.
Peace, y'all.
Bye,
Peace.
guys.